Now, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology will be sending a team to Morocco to assist with the earthquake rescue operations. The 4 CPUT staffers from Emergency Medical Services will assist Gift of the Givers. Previously, the team assisted in Türkiye. SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah and video journalist Clinton Cerf are covering the story. Vanessa, good morning to you. I think another story where we're seeing South African skills are really being appreciated in disasters across the world.
Yes, good morning to you. And before we talk to founder of the Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, as well as a paramedic from CPUT's Emergency Medical Services, let me just talk to you about what we have seen unfolding in Morocco over the past few days since that 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck on Friday night. I mean, the death toll now climbing to something like 2,800, almost 3,000 people. And I'm going to bring now in Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. Of course, the organization, along with its volunteers, have over the years had loads of experience in terms of disaster relief efforts and humanitarian aid in situations such as earthquakes, of course, the latest in Türkiye. Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, we were talking about the preparations for the team, yourselves, as well as the members CPUT to assist in Morocco, but at this stage you're telling me that you are standing at the ready. Is there clarity on whether you will or will not indeed travel to Morocco to assist in that humanitarian disaster unfolding there?
Thank you, Vanessa. It's very difficult to make a clear decision right now. Of course, when there's an international disaster, we await. We don't phone countries and tell them, are you going to make an announcement? We await the countries to make an announcement, which is the normal procedure. Morocco didn't make that announcement for 48 hours, but we could see they require help. After 48 hours, you started seeing there was limited requests. They started making requests and telling which countries to come. Spain, UK, Qatar, and UAE. Offers came from all over the world. And as the pictures were unfolding, as you saw, the death toll was from 60, 300, 600, 1,000, 1,200, and it's still climbing. It's going to pass way beyond 3,000. And when that happened, we said, okay, there's no harm saying that we can offer our skills, but we're not imposing ourselves on any government. We don't do that. If you want us, we're an African organization. We've been involved in 8 earthquakes. We've taken out people alive and bodies from several earthquakes, and in the hundreds of bodies, people want closure. I spoke to our ambassador in Morocco, Ibrahim Idris. Remember, South Africa and Morocco also got a political issue, diplomatic issue. But when it comes to a person-to-person level, those things are overlooked. So Ibrahim says he's spoken to people in the ministry. I spoke to our minister last night. I spoke to our DG last night. He made a call to the ambassador this morning. People from our Inspector General of Intelligence also spoke to the ambassador. I spoke to the deputy ambassador. And they said, look, put it in writing. And they made a clear statement. Thank you, South Africans. We have a very different view of your country and your people. We appreciate all the offers we got, brotherly support. It's just that we're controlling the amount of people coming to our country. The logistics is an issue. And we can't get all the people to the mountain because the roads are blocked, which is very understandable.
Dr. Suleiman, you were talking to me off camera just now about the different sort of landscape between Türkiye and Morocco, and you're talking about the kind of buildings, and you're talking to me about the time frames in which people can still be assisted from beneath the rubble. So, of course, the fact that you weren't told outright, yes, come, you haven't stood by, you've actually started preparing so long. I mean, here at CPUT, we see some equipment, we see the staff members that are standing and waiting at the ready. Talk to us a bit about the kind of prep and also what the terrain would look like in the event that you do actually travel to Morocco to assist with those efforts.
Let's talk about the preparations first. We specialize in disasters. And the old cliche, never waste a disaster. There's no better experience than when the disaster happens. So we keep trying to increase the speed at which we can be ready. This is an opportunity. It's not only the easiest part. It's about the preparedness that's most important. New team members, how they're going to work. First time, Gauteng EMS has joined us. 6 team members and their equipment. We now have additional equipment. CPUT is a partner to us. Their team members and their equipment. Gift of the Givers teams are already in the warehouse in Joburg right now, preparing the equipment. New full permanent partners, SAPS. 5 dogs, 5 handlers ready, approved by the National Deputy Commissioner, working together with the government. The airlines are ready. If we need Schengen visas to be issued, it can be done within an hour to get into Europe and from there. So all the background information is done. The diplomatic support is done. And why I say that even if we go a little later, I've told that to the Moroccan government. Then when you guys open the roads, your armed forces are going to be very tired, because not only is it physically exhausting, it's emotionally exhausting, because every person comes to you. Our teams experience that in Turkey. Please, my daughter is there, my mother is there, my 5 family members are there, please can you help? But everybody wants you to come to every building. That's not humanly possible. So when that kind of emotional challenge sets in, it exhausts you. And we're saying when that happens, you need all the teams in the world, each one to take a different area, because you haven't accessed everything. I say we must stop following this rule of 72 hours. We've taken people alive from the rubble 8 days later. We did it in Turkey, and we did it in Haiti. Morocco has an advantage. Number one, the temperature is not -5 degrees like it was in Turkey. Number two, the disadvantage is it's in a mountain, whereas Turkey was on a flat ground. But it's not 12-story buildings with 7 people per flat and so many thousands of people per building. When the building collapsed from 12 floors, it looked like a 2-story floor. The other 10 floors were gone. So it's 1-story and 2-story buildings. And when you get there, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people alive that need support to be pulled out of the rubble. So in Morocco's best interest, yes, allow them to open the road, do it themselves. Governments need to have that empowerment to do it themselves. But when that happens, let the world come and help you, because you can make a difference. We've got medical teams, we've got equipment, we've got the life locator. It can tell us within 3 minutes who's alive 10 meters under the ground. The South African dogs are highly skilled. They can pick up live people and deceased people, bodies at the same time. And we've got a whole trauma medical team on standby with equipment. And we can bring in tents, blankets and medicines, whatever you want. It's up to you.
Dr. Suleiman, thank you very much for speaking to, of course, the founder of the Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, just telling us that the teams here in South Africa and its paramedics, the organization, are on standby, awaiting that call and ready to assist and lend a helping hand to those in Morocco right now that have suffered that devastating earthquake and loss of life.
Vanessa, fascinating as well to hear of some of the innovations that are available really now in this day and era of saving lives. Thanks for bringing us that story. Vanessa Poonah, of course, speaking to us there, our reporter in the Western Cape.